All right, you said you experience back pain from time to time. Well, let's talk about that. Have you ever seen how a spine is broken down? Well, I like to draw it very simply. You can draw it in little rivets like this. We call them vertebrae. And a lot of the time, if you're dominant on one side, and I'm gonna draw a hip bone right here, draw a hip bone right here. You know, we have our hips, our legs go down here, right? It looks something like this. Now, the thing about this is, though, is when we're dominant on one side, like I would assume you're right or left-handed. Are you left or you right-handed? You said you're right-handed? Okay, cool. So if you're using your right side, if this is your dominant side, let's say dominant, and I'll write this out. A lot of the time, our body is going to get stronger and pull in this direction. The problem with this is, if we pull too much in this direction, we might get tight, which we'd think on this side, but unfortunately, because we're pulling in this direction, we tend to get tight on this other side. Now, the problem with this is, a lot of the time people will go do certain things. If your back gets out of alignment, what do you think most people do? You're right, they see a chiropractor. Now, if your muscles get tight in your back, we've all been there, you go and get a what? You get a massage. Absolutely. There's lots of different remedies to be able to help with this, but the problem is, are those more of a permanent change or a quick fix? Yeah, you're right, they are quick fixes. So what we actually suggest is this, is just like we talked about earlier, building up that muscle that you wanted, but specifically building it up on this other side. Now the thing is, if you build it up on both sides and work out that imbalance, instead of having to see that chiropractor, having to get that massage, you can do that for enjoyment. And more importantly, you have more of a permanent solution where you are in alignment. Now that's what I'd suggest on getting that back where we need to get it. But let's talk about what kind of exercises would be best to be able to make that happen.